supposed to go live. I don't know.
I think we're live.
Oh, now
Yeah.
you are live.
Here we
Boom.
are.
Greetings, Frank. An honor once again. It says you are live. I hope. Yeah, it's
Yes.
broadcasting. It was a bit slow, the
Yeah,
connection.
it kind of lagged for a second, but I think we're
looks
good.
okay now. So
Yeah, greetings.
I think it's good now. The
Mhm.
flux of data seems okay.
The ones and zeros.
We're ready to start our review.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. The ones and zeros seems to be aligned. So we're good. So we're going to do a PT's book again. I think we're going to start at the bowing, which is
Mhm.
an essential part of the process.
Yes.
So, and the bowing is really has to do with body language, what we were talking last time we're together. It's okay to speak words, but the body has to follow. And if it doesn't follow, there's no alignment. So the alignment is that when PT, I think, I'm not sure, I'm not in his head, but when he talks about alignment, it's the speech, the posture, the bowing and all this that has to be aligned, not just speak. Because when you speak from the center of your mouth is also because you are aligned. So there's got to be an alignment with the body language and the non-verbal diarrhea coming out of your mouth, because at one point you got to stop the diarrhea coming out. It's
Right.
non-verbal diarrhea. You become very inspired and stuff. So yeah. So bowing, Frank. I'm gonna let you start, and then I'll read the French, and
we'll go from
exchange
there.
our perspective on this stuff. Yeah.
Sounds good. Let's see.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Bowing. Bowing. There are many here who think they can evolve without bowing to the real, higher, and divine. As they lounge on their sofas, smoking away, or lie in their beds, dreaming, or watch the world with puzzled, befuddled eyes, they think they are learning and evolving. LotusOcean has news for them. All they are doing is confusing themselves further, getting more entangled in the spider web, sinking further into the quicksand. The only solution, bowing to higher and divine. Without bowing, mental and physical, with requisite postures, there is only downfall. If they are honest enough to admit it, it is happening right before their eyes, as the world, including them, sinks into deeper hell of boredom, depression, pain, and torture. Most are ready to do anything for happiness, except bowing. They can bang hard on all the walls until they realize the simple, logical truth that there is no way out, except humbly following those who know the way out. And then we have two little references for whom and what not to bow to. Read The Fake Bows, 352, which we'll get to in two pages. And then for whom to bow to, read 124, How to Tell Between Fake and Real Gurus.
Exactly, because there's a lot of fake. But people that do things, but I think it's because they have something to gain from you, maybe, that they do it, or they teach you something because they have something to gain. I don't think it should always be about giving teaching to the world and not expecting anything in return. Like just love in return. Yeah, we all love PT. Yeah. So s'incliner. Yeah. Let me do the French before I start on something here. So, s'incliner. Il y en a beaucoup ici qui pensent qu'ils peuvent évoluer sans s'incliner devant le supérieur et le divin. Pendant qu'ils se relaxent sur leur canapé en fumant ou s'allongeant dans leur lit en rêvant ou regardant le monde avec des yeux confus et perplexes, ils pensent qu'ils sont en train d'apprendre et d'évoluer. LotusOcean a des nouvelles pour eux. Tout ce qu'ils font, c'est se rendre encore plus confus, s'en mêlant encore plus dans la toile d'araignée, coulant encore plus dans les sables mouvants. La seule solution, s'incliner devant le supérieur et le divin. Sans s'incliner, mentalement et physiquement, avec les postures requises, il n'y a que la chute. S'ils sont assez honnêtes pour l'admettre, cela se passe juste devant leurs yeux. pendant que le monde, y compris eux, coule dans l'enfer plus profond de l'ennui, la dépression, la douleur et la torture. La plupart sont prêts à faire n'importe quoi pour le bonheur, excepté s'incliner. Ils peuvent se taper contre tous les murs jusqu'à ce qu'ils réalisent la vérité simple et logique qu'il n'y a pas de sortie, excepté suivre humblement ceux qui connaissent la sortie. Puis là, comme as Frank was saying, comme Frank disait, il y a deux petites choses qui disent pour devant qui et devant quoi ne pas s'incliner. Lire page 352, la fausse révérence. Bowing. Bowing is a big one. The big one, it's something that is not taught to us. First of all, I'm talking here in Canada and US, where we don't go to school, and maybe in India it's something more spread, or other countries in the world. I don't know. I'm born in Canada. I lived there. Here it's Muggle world. It's Babylon. It's like the US. It's like pretty much everywhere too. It's Babylon. Like it's all whether you go in Japan or China, it's all the same system. So, but there's some stuff that might be taught to being that is a bit more towards higher and divine than the system. That's what I'm saying. Here in Canada is the system big time. Like I never heard even about bowing. Maybe if you go to church, they put you on your knees or stuff, but never bowing in the sense of also being honest with yourself. You know? So the bowing to higher and divine, you could bow to another being, yes, but I think it's to find also the humility and the humbleness within yourself. That's what it's gonna bring to your being. It's like praying higher and divine, praising higher and divine. You do it for yourself to find the higher and divine within. You know, the more you praise it, the more you will find it. The closer you'll get to it. That's what I feel. Nobody told me that, but that's what I feel. Like the closer that's a feeling of closeness. The bowing and the depends which one you want to get close to. You want to get close to the devil? Well, just keep doing your thing, and you're gonna keep devoluting and riding the highway to hell instead. Like yesterday, I was saying to myself, I was like, yeah, for sure. Once you embark on the road to heaven, you're gonna be very lonely. Like often, I find myself feeling not alone, but feeling lonely because it's a very lonely road. Everybody, first of all, nobody cares. Nobody really cares because they don't even care about themselves. So, so how do you want to bring them to care for someone else? Like, so it's got to start with you. The change starts with us. You can point the finger to anyone in the world, to anything, but unless you start bowing to higher and divine, and you start having that humility and humbleness and honesty with your own being, you ain't going nowhere. You're just gonna keep devoluting and going down to this hell path, which is boredom. He names it all here: boredom, torture, distraction. All this is the road to hell. Once you start recognizing the road to higher and divine, you let go of that. Gradually, you let go. You know, you're whatever bad food. I'm trying to let go of some bad food also. Like often there's just some stuff that we are like. I love fucking Doritos, man. I love fucking Doritos, but I can't eat them. I know it's no good for me. So I avoid them. I know it's the freaking devil in there. But I used to, especially when I was young, I used to eat a lot of Doritos. I used to love it. But we all have stuff like this in the world that will attract us, that will lure us to the devil and to the lower vibe and stuff. So if you can recognize also that once you come in contact with the devil, whether it's a bag of chip or bad music or whatever, you have to recognize it and withdraw. And I think that bowing to higher and divine will bring you that centeredness to be able also to recognize what's no good for you. Because often we're just stuck in a realm where we think it's good. We think we're good people. Like often PT said, I think it's PT or Arthur told me that. Arthur, I think. Uh, I had a few people here on the True One show, but
Mhm.
we think we're good people, but are we really that good when we take a
Right.
deep look within ourselves?
Hmm.
So we all have stuff that habits and posture and things we have to change in order to get closer to higher and divine. And definitely bowing is one good start. It's
Yeah,
a good start.
definitely.
Tanya.
Yeah. Bowing is it's a great thing, and we've just reflecting on maybe where it might be in our consciousness, where we might have seen it, at least us from the West, because yeah. So for one, I grew up in like a Christian family, so I went to a Presbyterian
Yeah.
church when I grew up, and there's no bowing in that practice or that religion or whatever, right?
No?
And but you see it as a person living in the culture that we do, in a movie, Karate Kid or something. You know what I mean? You bow to like the martial arts master. It's like that is like something, and so that makes sense. There, you can see that there's some type of there's a reverence that you're giving. There's somebody who
Correct.
has attained. They've attained some type of uh, skill or some type of like higher status through putting in hard work, diligence, effort, and they have something that they can teach you if you want to learn, right? And so that bowing posture, that bowing attitude is, yeah, showing reverence, showing adoration, showing like humility, right? It's showing like a surrender, like I don't know and I want to know, I want to learn, so I'm going to
Yes.
put myself in a humble way, in a respectful way. And so that is something that we've seen, right, in like martial arts movies or something like that. But that practice in that way of body language and communication also exists, not only in something like a martial art, but also in a spiritual practice or relationship with a being who can actually teach you something that is going to allow you to start to have those realizations of yourself and what is life about, and so this is like bowing to higher. You have a guru who can actually teach you, how to live, how to become more in touch with nature and with divine, how to use your body in ways that are going to be supporting your consciousness, supporting your well-being. These are all things that are worthwhile and worthy to be able to bow to show, because we hear it also in the last P-log, the eyebrow I bow. P says it's the first step in the important business of proper agreeance. So when you can recognize like a higher truth, then and the ultimate truth of divine, the ultimate truth of God, like obviously I think anybody would want to bow to that if they could have the consciousness to recognize it, because we are inside of this bigger mechanism, which is the multiverse, which is this existence, and it's come from somewhere, it's come from something. It wasn't just a chaotic sporadic happening. This place has been created in a purposeful and intentional way, and there are ways that we can use our body in sorted and clear ways to be able to evolve our consciousness from wherever we are. We have to start from where we are. The first steps that we start
Frank,
doing.
keep talking. I'm just gonna come back because I'm frozen. Okay,
Yes,
just
yeah,
keep talking. Exposing,
sounds good.
giving your opinion. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
So, right, those first steps are starting to work on, taking awareness of your posture, starting to take the steps to connect with nature, starting to have an awareness of the things that we speak, like P talks about tri-check. So that's it's basically doing an awareness check on like, okay, what is my posture like? How am I using my body? What is my speech? Doing a check on like, what am I speaking? Is it sensible? Is it factual? Does it make sense? Am I speaking things that are, going to be helpful and beneficial to oneself and to others? And then we have our facial discipline. So checking the facial expression to work to have an awareness to have like a pleasant and a positive facial expression, and not having any type of extreme, ways of contorting the face. Ideally, we want to have kind of just like a discipline and a pleasant and a positive expression. So that does take a lot of self-control. It does take a lot of practice. But just having those three: body check, speech check, facial expression check, that is what P calls tri-check. And that is kind of a tool that once you become aware of that, you can start doing that check throughout your day or throughout any experience. And if you notice yourself getting off, then you can correct yourself. You can come back to the center. You can, regain your composure. And so just coming back to this P-log on bowing, it is essential. Bowing is essential to show that, yes, I am willing to surrender my will to the divine. The divine knows more than me. I have to align. I have to work. I have to be able to show that I can align with things that are going to put me in order. And so that is having the right type of discipline with my speech, with how I use my body, with how I'm going to express myself. And so the concept that you can actually raise yourself through the proper action without bowing, that isn't possible, because to get somewhere beyond where you are, you have to learn from a being who has actually gotten there. And you have to be able to bow to that truth, that energy, that there is something beyond you, and to be able to learn about it and learn from it. Then we have to have that willingness to say, I don't know, and I want to know. And that bowing posture, like P says, mentally or physically, because P says, without bowing, mental and physical, with requisite postures, there's only downfall. So bowing is also a posture. It is a way in which we show respect to the beings who can teach us more, or the beings who are, providing the time, space, and existence that we are operating through. So the elements and the earth, Budevi. So anyways, yes. P says, if they're honest enough to admit it, it is happening right before their eyes, referring to there being downfall without bowing. So yeah, we have to be honest with ourselves in terms of what is actually going on with our lives inside, like our experience, our inner experience, and also our outer experience as we navigate the world. There are hardships that we're all going to face, And the more that we resist actually surrendering to divine, the more that that downfall is going to happen. So this surrender to divine is necessary. Bowing and doing it. Yannick, you say you're restarting your PC. Give me 2. Okay, yeah, well, let's keep going. So this practice of bowing and doing it consistently and making it part of like a daily practice, and it doesn't have to start there, obviously. We all start from where we're at, and then as we work up to build a stronger practice of expressing our gratitude and our reverence to nature and divine, then it's really also just a natural thing. It really, you want to bow, actually. That gratitude, that gratefulness, and that sense of awe really compels you to just want to, put your head down, touch the earth, and just give your gratitude to the earth, to the elements, for the energies that they provide us, so that we can, move forward each and every day with energy and with. Just giving Yannick the thumbs up on his messaging me, telling me where he's at with. If you want, just go on timeout. I'll be in soon. Well, I can just keep speaking for just a moment here. But yeah, it's like P says. Most are ready to do anything for happiness except bowing. And there's some other P logs too, in which P references that I would do anything for, and now we can put in evolution, but I won't do that. So, we have there can't be any limitation on what we will be willing to do for our evolution. And divine's not going to ask us to do anything that's actually doesn't make sense. So divine is not going to ask us to do anything that is going to desecrate our personhood or be harmful to us. Divine wants what is good for us, and there is a simple, logical way in which we can build and increase our consciousness and our intelligence through proper action, and one of those actions being bowing. It makes the middle pillar of the acronym of PBS, so praising, bowing, and being of service to higher and divine, being the real solution to all problems, which P has revealed. So, and in terms of, we will get to, this P-log on whom and what not to bow to coming up in the fake bows 352. So we have one more. We're going to go through grace, and then we'll find ourselves at the fake bows. But then coming to an earlier P-log from page 124, for whom to bow to, read how to tell between fake and real gurus. And P explains there that a person who actually has real knowledge and connection with nature will have responses from the elements to the things that they speak, to the actions that they take. They will be you'll be able to tell by looking at their timeline, like have they changed the way that they speak about things, or have they had one stance and then they change? A being who actually is operating by and living by truths and pure principles will be on that same trajectory from the time in which they were propitiating all the proper things and just doing what is right, and there won't be some type of what is it, like dissonance, or there won't be some type of thing in which it's like, if you look at like government people, there will be some type of arguments that's like, well, they see this issue this way, but if you look back at their past stances on this topic or issue, they were actually on the other side of it. No, there's actually only one truth, and there is a how do I say it? I'm in reference to how P has in reference to how P has shown what to do. He's always stood in the same position that he has now. He's never flip-flopped on anything. He's always brought things back to a very simple way of, look, connect with nature, take care of your body, give reverence and gratitude to the earth, to the elements, to those energies that support you. So, hey, he's back. Oh yeah. Sometimes the tech, does a little shortage.
There in the speaker.
Hey, there we go. I can hear you now. Very nice.
Okay, hold on. Okay, now my computer has started. Okay, I'm here.
Yes, very nice. Well, so yeah, I just kind of went on and talked about this, concept of bowing and the practice of it, and that, doing that actually keeps your consciousness in that humble attitude, in that attitude of being able to, be reverent, be respectful to nature, to divine, to, especially the teachers and the beings that you can learn from, that can show you something meaningful and purposeful. So P is definitely that for us. We've learned so much from him, and he's,
definitely. It's been a great teacher.
Yes.
The next one is I don't know if you want to go to.
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm hearing myself in the background. Grace.
Yes. Let's go on grace. Grace. Only graceful action one can do is sincerely bow to divine. If that is not what one does, only other option is disgraceful actions. And the longer one goes on that devoluting path, more disgraceful it all gets. It's all already at an insectoid level if one puts on the TV, especially any so-called music channels. Without grace, there is no G race, or genes on fire, racing up past the speed of light to break the matrix eggshell.
Yeah, la grâce. We live in love and grace. Yeah.
Yes.
So la grâce, la seule action gracieuse qu'un être peut faire. Hold on, I gotta shut that value. Okay. La seule action gracieuse. Oui, on dit ça en français? Ça a l'air que ça. La seule action gracieuse qu'un être peut faire est de sincèrement s'incliner devant le divin. Si ce n'est pas ce qu'un être fait, la seule autre option est d'agir de façon disgracieuse. Et le plus longtemps qu'un être est sur cette voie évolutive, le plus disgracieux tout devient. Tout est déjà à un niveau insectoïde. Si vous allumez la télé, surtout une de ces soi-disant chaînes de musique, sans grâce, il n'y a pas de G-Race, ou gène on fire, gène en feu, allant plus vite que la vitesse de la lumière pour briser la coquille de la matrice. Yeah, I totally agree that we live in disgrace. Definitely. There's got to be some realization of that. If you can't realize that you live in this grace, how do you ever want to live in love and grace? Because it's all around. So it's just up to you to tap into the love and grace, become a love. Like, you want to create abundance, all kinds of stuff in your life, just realize you are love. And you are here worthy to be loved and loved. But I have news for you. You've never loved. You've never been loved because you are in a muggle state and you don't think that's something that you should get in touch with higher and divine. But I got news. It's the best thing that can ever happen to you, other than having children, is probably better for those who can. I know some people cannot really. I'm not talking about people that can't, because I know some people can't have children. They try, they can't. Not not talking about this, but normally having children is a great will bring you great lessons in life, and realizing also that you live in this grace will also bring you a good lesson. So definitely, that gene on fire has to happen, but it has to happen through love and grace, not through hate and disgrace.
Right.
So tell me, Frank, I think I'm good to come back on the other screen now, finally.
Nice. Yeah, I love how P is explaining that bowing is a posture, a practice, an action that we can take that shows grace. That shows a humility, that willingness to surrender to something beyond yourself. And what could be more graceful? I mean, we do not want to be defiant to that which has created all of these things and that which sustains all these things and is able to transform this world and perpetuate this world. So we want to and it's very natural to want to be in good graces with that which is greater than you, because like P says, if you're not bowing, the only other option is disgraceful actions. And if you're going to be disgraceful to something that is, I mean, just this is some sort of context that we can put it in. This isn't actually what the bigger picture of it is, or maybe it is in a sense. But for instance, if you just think about when you're a little kid in school, and if you're disrespectful to the teacher, what's going to happen? You're going to get in trouble. Nobody wants to be in trouble, because when you're in trouble with divine, you get more than just actually sitting in the corner. Things start going wrong in your life, and it's not fun.
No.
And so actually, how do we build like harmony? How do we build positivity? How do we start to imbibe and embody more grace? And that's actually being willing to surrender to that which is beyond us, being willing to surrender to higher and divine, because that is the only way that we can actually receive. We can receive, the grace of the higher to be able to explain, okay, this is what life is about. This is how you take care of yourself. This is how you start to grow. It gives you the instructions to start being able to do things in which you can blossom, you can bloom, you can start like, coming into your own developing. I know develop isn't exactly the word that we use sometimes, but your own awakening, and is a really beautiful thing. And we all want to be more graceful, in terms of what we don't want to be in some type of haggard, ugly stance, posture, way of being, way of speaking. Like, their grace can come on so many different ways that we can express that. And so it's a very admirable trait and quality that anyone should want to bring into their own lives. I want more grace. That's even a great thing that you could repeat. I want to be more graceful. I want to be more humble to higher and divine. So yeah, this is great. And this thing that P's talking about, without grace, there is no race. Gene's on fire. So we're working on actually building a momentum of positive actions that's going to allow us to reach higher states of consciousness, and beyond this life, higher realms is like the long game. Now, at the same time, we also have to act without expectation. We can't say, well, I'm going to do this because, without doing this, we can't expect anything, right? We just have to do it because it's the right thing. Now, we can say that this is the path. If I do this, if I do it consistently, and if I do it with sincerity, then in time, this is the way that I can get to a higher life, and in time to a higher realm. But we can't expect anything to happen. All we can do is just surrender ourselves to divine and rejoice in that opportunity. It's a great thing. It's a time that we can take advantage of now in this life to do it. So yeah,
Totally agree. I think I'll be coming back now. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, let me get this guy out. Come on. It's really slow today. No?
A lot of buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones and zeros are trying to get themselves lined up.
And it says that the camera is working, but you don't see me.
No, yeah.
MG, this thing, man, is driving me nuts. I think I'm gonna just go back on the phone. That's it.
That works.
I was connecting with my phone before.
Right. Yeah. And your phone was picking up the mic too, which was good. I'm sure you'll be back soon or return.
Hold on. If not, I'll just go with the phone. That's it. Okay, forget about that. I'll come back here.
Hey, there we go.
And we'll remove this guy. Now Truman is back on the screen. Okay. We're good. We'll go like this with the phone.
Yeah, that works.
I can hear myself. Now, why do you hear me okay?
I hear you good. There's no echo or anything like that.
So is it picking up the sound from the phone?
It must be from the phone. I don't know if it's connected to the mic or not, but it's very clear. So.
This is hectic, bro.
I know. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh.
It's live. We are live, and there's things can sometimes not turn out the way you think, but hey, that's life too, isn't it? Like you never know how things are gonna turn
today. Okay, so I guess we'll cancel this guy. We'll keep going with this guy here.
Yes, that works.
Okay, so next we were. Why do I hear? Oh, okay, hold on. It's because my headphone are plugged in. Hold on, I'm coming. Let me take this off. Okay. Now hold on. I gotta shut up the volume there. Frank, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now you're coming out only on the phone.
Nice. Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Okay, the volume is not very high, but I hear you.
I can hear you. You sound.
No, we can keep going.
Yeah.
So where were we?
We will. Yeah, we just finished grace, so we can move on to the fake vows.
That's it. So I'll let you go on with this, and I'll do the French after.
Yeah, sounds good. The fake bows. People are ever ready to do their formal, get it out of the way fake bow to establish frauds like Pope, Queen, Dalai Lama, and other such charlatans. It's all about bowing to the system itself rather than an individual. In some places, they are forced to do such vows to all elders, elder being decided by age, not wisdom. In some places, they do this vow to stones and statues. Ego doesn't get perturbed, especially since everyone else is doing it too. People everywhere do this bow to money and those who have it in various forms. They bow to the people on stage who bow back to them. A mutual bowing scene which leads no one anywhere. People are not bowing to the higher, partly because they have done wrong, they have wrong definitions of higher, and mainly because of the plain evil which takes over them with feelings like inferiority complex and jealousy. When they do know in their guts, it makes them not want to bow because it will have to be a real bow and it will have to be continuous. Useful to remember that all evil only arose from the simple decision of not bowing to divine.
Yeah, la fausse révérence. Mais là, I don't need to speak in here. It's the phone.
There you go.
So, sorry. La fausse révérence. Les gens sont toujours prêts à faire semblant de s'incliner formellement, évasivement et faussement devant les escrocs établis comme le pape, la reine, le Dalai Lama et autres tels charlatans. Il s'agit de s'incliner devant le système lui-même plutôt que devant un individu. Dans certains endroits, ils sont forcés à s'incliner de cette manière devant tous les anciens, anciens étant décidés par l'âge et non par la sagesse. Dans certains endroits, ils s'inclinent devant des pierres et des statues. L'ego n'est pas perturbé, surtout puisque tous les autres le font aussi. Les gens partout s'inclinent de cette manière devant l'argent et ceux qui en ont dans ses formes variées. Ils s'inclinent devant les gens qui sont sur scène, qui s'inclinent vers eux en retour, une scène d'inclination mutuelle qui ne mène personne nulle part. Les gens ne s'inclinent pas devant le supérieur partiellement parce qu'ils ont de fausses définitions du supérieur. Et principalement à cause du mal qui prend le dessus avec des sentiments comme le complexe d'infériorité et la jalousie. Quand ils le savent dans leur intérieur, cela les rend averses à s'incliner. Parce que cela serait s'incliner pour de vrai et cela devrait être continu. Utile de se souvenir que tout le mal est uniquement survenu de la décision simple de ne pas s'incliner devant le divin. For sure, if you take the decision to not bow to Iron Divine and to recognize Iron Divine and to know what is Iron Divine, you're going to be like just taken on a ride with some other muggle that go to hell like you and even deeper hells. Mm-hmm. So you have to be really, really aware. I think awareness is the game here, definitely. Like, what's the game on earth if it's not awareness? Mm-hmm. The more you grow in awareness, the more you grow within those divine parameters that we were given. Like, we're not here to be evil and to do bad. We're here to do good. So mm-hmm. we can all sense that in our hearts. It's not something that is foreign to our being. Like, we're all supposed to be coherent with what it is to be a human, and a real human that is coherent, well, recognize Iron Divine. If you don't, it's because you've been programmed in another way. and you don't even often, like he says here, you don't even recognize who's taking you for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gone on a ride to hell, and you don't even know in this world. I'm telling you from my own experience, definitely once I started to open up and be more coherent with what it is to be human, things started to happen there. Like it starts to unfold. Once you surrender to love and to higher and divine, it's going to start to unfold your life. It's just, it doesn't unfold because you're stuck. You're stuck in a realm where you shouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
as a human. So for sure, there's going to be just a downfall, more that deeper hells and boredom and torture, and you don't even know you torture yourself because you love it. You love the torture. You love the distraction. You love everything that takes you out.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically, we're kind of addicted to negative thinking also.
Oh yeah.
So anything good that comes your way in your muggle state, you will probably turn it into something bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, and something bad should be, and there's nothing bad happening in your life. I think it's all the experiences you have, and it's good to have experiences. You should experience life, and even the turmoil, the tragedy, all this is experiences.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose someone, if you like, there's all kinds of stuff, tragedies happening every day to all kinds of people. But those tragedy often should be linked with enlightenment. But because we're so stuck in our ways, even tragedy sometimes cannot even break us out the matrix.
Yeah.
So if you have something happening to you, it's a sign also. I had a huge accident happen to me. I didn't sit on it and say, oh, I'm going to let it destroy me. No, I built up on it and I ended up on YouTube. So,
Right.
things will be sent your way also for you to wake up. But if you ignore the signs, if you're too fold in within yourself, you cannot unfold.
Mm-hmm.
And the love has to unfold. It's not just your dream or your aspiration. You're supposed to be love. You
Mm-hmm.
should be love
Right.
if you want to be love.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot expect love from Iron Divine if you don't love Iron Divine. Like within, like when I'm talking, I always start with us. It's about us within,
Mm-hmm.
as within, so without. So that's it. It starts with you. So uh, never mind the fakery, là. Never mind the fakery, là. Like
Right.
les fausses révérences, là, because that's what we're pretty much stuck in. So once you let go of the fakery, the realness will be reinstalled in your life, and now you will start really feeling life on a deep, deep level, and experience and feelings you never had before will come to you. Don't you want to experience it? Or
Yeah.
you just want to experience deeper hells? I want to experience higher heavens.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You do.
That's where I'm going, baby. Woo!
Go.
It's on you, Frank.
Yes. The fake bows. This is a great P-log. It really explains a lot about how so much of this modern fake society that has been you know propagated out here is just like P says, it's just to get it out of the way type of pretension, like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll just do like this because I can keep pretending, and I don't have to. Um, I feel like the bigger message that is going on here, because P explains like what's actually going on with like people are ready to just do like the handshake or the whatever, or like he's explaining here too, like people do it everywhere. People bow to money, and other people who have it, even if you don't think that's what you're
Yeah.
doing, whenever you're just like constantly praising and chasing after these fake type of lives and scenarios, that's you like surrendering your free will to chase that kind of life. And
Yeah.
that's not going to get you anywhere. We see what happens to like the celebrities, the Britney Spears and whatever, who they get that life, they get that fame, that success. Not just her, but what happens later? She goes wacko, shaves the head, or Dave Chappelle, like he can't take it anymore. He has to run to Africa, and like, who knows what's actually going on in those behind the scenes of all of that stuff. A lot of weird things, I'm sure, which is why their spirit can't handle it anymore. They've gone out and been a speaker for that system, and overall have like done they've done harm to their spirit, and so that consciousness within is like, what are you doing to me? Even though it might not be able to say that coherently, but that's what we can see, the actions that those beings are taking. They're calling out for help. They're distressed. They're like, oh man, I'm in some deep doo-doo now. What have I done? But I feel like this overall message, because what Pete is saying here is people aren't bowing to higher, partly because they have wrong definitions. People aren't bowing to higher because of the evil that is your own inferiority complex or jealousy, in terms of like, because that feeling of like resistance and not actually surrendering to something higher is saying that I don't want to change. Because a real bow, like what Pete says, because it will have to be a real bow and it will have to be continuous. So that means you're saying, okay, you know what? I have been wrong and I'm willing to change, because that's actually what that surrender is expressing. I'm going to give up these evil ways. I'm going to give up this ignorance. I'm going to give up the diet, the putting my attention on things that are devolving me, the joining in of others, of wasting my time, wasting my speech, wasting my life force. I've been put here. I keep getting these messages. I need to silence my phone. But
No, it's okay.
there's all
have
sorts
sticky
of like
sheets.
little, like we got text stuff. We got people messaging me. There's all these things. It's like, oh, look at me, like get distracted. No, we're here to focus. And but like P says too, and how he ends it, it's useful to remember that all evil only arose from the simple decision of not bowing. That, and P's, in one sense referring to a story of Shiv and Daksh, in which this character, or this being in the Vedic lineage and history, there is a story in which he doesn't bow to Shiv, which was a higher being than him, which is a higher being than him, and a lot of chaos and bad things came from that. So ultimately, we have to have a willingness to surrender, to change. Obviously, you're not going to be forced to do that. Like P says, one of the pure principles in the multiverse, not only on this plane, but it applies for all planes, is no being can own another being. So I don't own your free will. I don't own anybody. The only person that I can act for is me. I'm the only one who can control my actions. I can't control anybody else. So we're not going to be forced to basically follow divine law. But if we're smart and if we want good things for ourselves, then we're going to start looking at how life operates and say, this makes sense. How do I get to somewhere better, somewhere more pleasant, somewhere with real happiness? Then I start actually, doing the needful, doing the necessary, and start learning, So
I went to church. I never really realized also that they were drinking blood and eating flesh.
oh my God. us, right?
That's what they do. That's what they do. Like they have that piece of paper they heat, là. Ils call it l'hostie en français.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a representation of flesh, and the wine in the cup is a representation of blood. So what? They're blood drinkers and flesh eaters.
Right.
Like that's kind of freaking weird, bro.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
But that's it. So I always found that a bit weird. So, but we have a population that's what they're doing. They're bowing to blood drinkers and flesh eaters.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
So what do you think is going to come to you?
That's going to follow in their action. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So I think that realization should be done, that
Mhm.
who you're bowing to might not be the right thing to do to in order to bring abundance in your life. And then abundance, I'm talking, first of all, abundance of love. Because if you have abundance of love, you have abundance of everything.
Yeah.
And that's all we should all strive for, is really strive for abundance of love. That's what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care about freaking material and money and shit. I want love.
We
I want to give love.
abundance.
I want to be love. I just want to hear about love.
Exactly. Forget the material. The material will always be there and it will come as it's needed. But we want love. We want spiritual sense, because if you have all the money or the material, like you can't buy like sense, like P says, you can't buy like knowledge, you actually have to work on building that.
That's it. So that is it for today, Frank. It's going on an hour, and considering our tech issues.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we covered 3P logs. That's our general what we get through.
It's usually what we do. No?
Yeah, exactly.
So it was an honor again. Sorry for the technical stuff. No? Trying to
we
resolve
just have to,
my issues.
To adapt with what comes. So.
I don't know, but I think it was the internet or something. When it started to lag, it's not good, and then I lose all the feed to StreamYard.
Right.
But I had an idea. I'm like, I sent the link to Frank by email. Let's go on my phone, see if I can access it by email on my phone, and it worked.
That's it.
But if not, I would probably still be off.
Right.
So, large up, give thanks for life, and we will be forward again next Monday. Hopefully, no tech issues this time.
That's right.
And that's it. We keep on doing the divine work, giving thanks for life each and every day, rising and shining, very important. And I'll see you very soon. Now I have to finish the stream here, I think. Yeah, I have to end the stream on the other screen.
That's it.